Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the awfully elect that is pushing this word, the four corners, the highways and byways. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakodash. All right? This is Brother Zakaria here again with another lesson. This lesson gonna be based on, hey, we got an update over here in Guyana, right? That Slovakia. Yeah, you got an update that, the MOT Slovakia, that the MOTB is close, all right. But basically that, the digital ID that was introduced, all right, as a bill, all right, in 2023 is now officially a law, all right. So within probably the matter of months, maybe within a year, all the citizens over here in Guyana is expected to be digitalized, all right, in terms of identification, all right. There's no longer going to be any physical ID cards, all right. Those are going to be done away with, right? It's only going to be digital IDs, all right. And that ultimately is going to lead to the MOTB, all right. Now most people, all right, the majority of the population probably is going to say, this is good, this, that, and the third, all right, because they're ignorant, all right. Some willfully ignorant, and some, they just don't know, all right. But hey, good afternoon. Hey, the most I say, these people have no cloak for their sins, all right. Meaning what? Meaning they most likely already, or the word, not most likely, they already are the word of the Most High and already rejected, all right. Even in this lifetime, right? Because technically we all been on this earth before, and every Israelite, was brought up, was taught the way of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Just that most rejected it, over different lifetimes, all right. But again, even to this lifetime, most of them, all of them, Salakia, already heard it, all right. All Israelite will hear this word at some point. But what? Some is gonna refuse it, and the elect gonna adhere to it, right? I say all that to say this. The scripture say we are not ignorant of his devices, right? Let me get up. And this is Second Corinthians 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, all right. Yeah, so Satan can't get the upper hand over the elect, because we are not ignorant of his devices. We will comply up until the point whereby it's unlawful for us to comply. All right, you know what the authority is going to do. You know, first off, some of them is just going to straight out, you know, reject this you know, digital ID, all right, which is going to make it hard for them, which is going to make it extremely hard for them to, you know, operate in this kingdom, right? It's going to make it hard for them to operate in this kingdom. And the next thing that some of them is going to do is, well, majority of them, they're going to take the digital ID, or they're also going to take the MOTB, right, which is the RFID chip, you know, right? So because we have this information, and because we're not ignorant of Satan devices, we know how to maneuver the situation perfectly, all right, without errors, you know, without errors, you know, because yeah, brother's gonna, you know, register for the, you know, the digital ID, all right, you know, because why? It's not an implant or anything, you know, maybe it's a, you know, a card with a chip in it, you know, maybe it's, you gotta register on an app, you know, we don't know how they're gonna roll it out as yet. They haven't, you know, show for the framework, right? But you know, we know for a fact it's not the RFID HIP, you know, which is the MOTB, right? So yeah, so because we have this knowledge, you know, Satan can have the upper hand over us, right? But hey, as it goes to the point of, you know, where this is heading to, you know, this is Revelations 13 and verse 16. It says, it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, and there's talking about the MOTB, which is the RFID HIP, right? Now, the difference between the digital ID and the RFID HIP, you know, is a big difference, all right? Because you could register for the digital ID, right? That wouldn't be unlawful, that would be perfectly okay, you know? Like I said, you know, some people may want to act a fool and not get it, right? Which is not the thing to do, right? But as far as the MOTB or the RFID chip implant into your hand, that is out of the question. You know, you can't take that, all right? And the framework of the, you know, basically the digital ID is going to be like the prototype for the MOTB, you know, right? Everything is going to be digitalized, right? You know, your ID number is going to be attached to everything in the system, you know, and that's why it says, and he caused all, both small and great, to receive a mark, right? Because the system that this man is setting up, all right, the, you know, yeah, this the ways that he's diving more deeply into, all right, is gonna make it in such a way that he's gonna make it in such a way that if you want to, you know, stay in this society, you will have to get, you know, force the RFID chip, select the force the digital ID, and then the RFID chip, you know. All right, because everything is going to be digitalized. You know, like I said, we just got the update over here in Guyana that everything is going to be digital. All right, in terms of ID. Also, they're saying that now when you go to the airports, all right, as a citizen, you don't have to check in or anything like that, right? You don't have to go to airport security. You know, you could walk right through as long as the system recognizes you as a citizen of Guyana. You know, talking about, you know, these cameras and so forth that they're gonna have set up, right? So even though, again, it's going into the digital system, you know, and we just got this update like within the last 24 hours, right? So, hey, Guyana is heading towards the digital system, you know, right? Read this back, Revelation 13 verse 16. Cause it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. No man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. All right? Yeah, so now, in order for you to do business, all right, and this is not just Guyana, but ultimately you're gonna lead to everywhere in the world. All right? It says, like, no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark. Right? So now, in order for you to do business, in order for you to properly be registered as a citizen, you had to be entered into the digital system. All right? Once you already take the digital ID, the next thing they're gonna come and tell you, yeah, the next thing they're gonna tell you is that, oh, we have this RFID for you, all right, for you to put in your arm because, you know, it's safer or anything, you know, you can't lose it. You know, maybe they're gonna put some financial benefits to you getting this in your arm, all right? You know, however they're gonna try to sweeten the deal. You know, for you to take that MOTB, right? They're going to try to sweeten the deal. You know, but you know, it's up to you. You know, it's up to the Most High to put a spirit on you to resist it. All right, you know. All right, because ultimately that is going to lead to your damnation. That is going to lead to your damnation. Right? You know, so with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I say Shalom.